Hello everyone and welcome to Wrestlemania! We have got 2 weeks, well probably more than 2 weeks actually, worth of Wrestlemania content coming up, building up to the showcase of the Immortals in real life, of course. We're going to be going through the ages, so today we're going to concentrate on Retromania. And here we go then, starting WrestleMania week off with the Macho Man, Randy Savage, going up against Jake the Snake Roberts. Fantastic feud between these two. I don't think they ever actually wrestled at WrestleMania, but they had a pretty good feud between the two. And I don't think we've seen much of Jake Roberts so far, so I thought it was a perfect opportunity to give him a go out tonight. Also on tonight's card, we will have second up after this match, Hulk Hogan going up against Roddy Piper. A little bit of a playback to the match they had in the main event of WrestleMania 1. And our main event this evening will be Tito Santana making his first Intercontinental Championship defense as he goes up against arguably one of the best Intercontinental Champions of all time, the Honky Tonk Man. He the Honky Tonk Man, he the Honky Tonk Man. So it's an interesting little card tonight. Like I said, today is all about Retromania. Tomorrow we will move into the new generation with matches between Razor Ramon and Owen Hart, Shawn Michaels and Diesel, and then Jerry the King Lawler, can't believe I'm saying that still, Jerry the King Lawler will make his first defense of the SWE Championship as he takes on former champion, the first champion in SWE, Mr. Bret Hart. So it's all go. It's all go. Like I said, we've got a lot of these coming up. What have we got? So we've got... Let me talk you through this. So we've got Retro today, New Generation tomorrow. Sunday sees the Attitude Era. Monday, the Ruthless Aggression. Tuesday, we move into the Reality Era. And Wednesday, we move into the current day. And then Thursday and Friday, we'll have matches from this year's Mania for Night 1. And then Saturday and Sunday again from this year's Mania for Night 2. Then on the Monday the 12th afterwards, we will look at future stars of the WWE. And then moving up to the weekend afterwards, we're going to concentrate solely on WrestleMania Dream matches. So like I said, a lot of content to come from us over the next couple of weeks, all WrestleMania themed. So yeah, it should be a fun one. It should be a fun one, actually. And of course, don't forget, we're still doing the Dusty Classic alongside all of this. Today, we are starting round 2 of the Dusty Classic, finally. After seeing 128 teams cut down into 64. Now we move on to cutting those 64 down into the final 32. So, lots and lots of action to come for you. You see Jake now. Big clothesline taking down the Macho Man, Randy Savage. And Jake is stalking. He's looking for that DDT, and he hits it. Jake the Snake Roberts, big DDT into the pin on Savage. Will this be enough for the 1, the 2? No. What on earth is that noise? Some very aggressive litter tray action out in the kitchen at the moment by one of my cats. Not sure what's going on there, but okay. Either way, we continue on. Savage taking down the Roberts. Jake the Snake Roberts. That noise is really distracting me now. I'm back with it now. I'm back with it. We're good. We're good. We're good. Roberts' big knee in the face from Savage. That's brutal. And now Savage heading up top. If he's thinking to go for that big elbow, this could be... No, he's not. He stays up there as Roberts slowly gets back up to his feet, and Savage looking to try and catch him with a double axe handle, but Roberts saw it coming, strike right across the gut. Nice uppercut by Savage, and then an elbow in the face, another big elbow in the face, and then a trifecta of big elbows in the face. Savage now locking in the headlock on the ground on Jake the Snake Roberts. I mean, both these guys will be hoping to push forward Savage, of course, was part of our... He was part of our King of the Ring tournament to crown the first Intercontinental Champion. Was knocked out in the opening round by Bret Hart. So he knows he needs to start picking up some victories to get himself back in the... well, looking good in the ranking system. I think this might be Jake Roberts' debut in our ranking system as well, actually, this year. I don't think we've seen him as of yet, so this is pretty good for him. Jake Roberts, one of the first, like, big-name wrestlers I ever saw live. Close to my home. It was actually in my school. He came to do a wrestling show. He was in the main event. And here he is again now with Savage, and there's that big DDT. That's got to be it, hasn't it, surely? 1, 2, and 3. And Jake the Snake Roberts does pick up the victory. And it's not looking good for Savage. That's 2 losses in a row for him now. Of course, losing in the opening round of the King of the Ring as well. There we go. Jake the Snake Roberts is victorious here. Savage rolling to the outside. He is not happy at all, as you can imagine. But great win here for Roberts. And here we go then, match number 2 of the evening, Hogan versus Piper. Now, it's an interesting one, this. Of course, the main event of WrestleMania 1 wasn't a singles match, it was a tag team match, including, oh, my memory now, Mr. T and Paul Orndorff. But before we go one-on-one here tonight, just to see how these two guys do get on, again, both of them could do with a win in the rankings, I suppose. Neither of them have seen too much exposure so far. I think Piper might have only wrestled once, and I think that might have been as part of a European invasion, as part of our ICW show. Hogan maybe had a couple more opportunities, but the thing is with Hogan is he spans different genres as well, doesn't he? So genres? Eras, should we say. So we'll see NWO Hogan, that sort of stuff as well. So he gets more opportunities, I think, to wrestle. But we'll see how things go. At the moment, it's Piper who is in control of Mr. Hogan. And of course, don't forget, we still have one more match left for you after this one. We will see Tito Santana making his first defense of the Intercontinental Championship that he won, of course, in the King of the Ring, when he will defend up against another debutant here this evening, the Honky Tonk Man. Honky Tonk, arguably one of the... Well, I did actually... I looked at it the other day on the WWE website, and I searched for the best Intercontinental Champion in history, and they had like a top 20 on the WWE website, and Honky Tonk Man was number 2 in that list. Number 1 was The Miz, which does surprise me. It does surprise me that WWE believe that The Miz is the best ever Intercontinental Champion. But there we go, either way. Hey ho! Piper now raining down the boots and the knee right in the face as well. So yeah, all the championships, of course, will be defended across the WrestleMania period of time. Maybe even more than once. I'm not sure yet. We'll see how it all pans out. But yeah, Intercontinental today. Tomorrow we'll see the SWE Championship. Like I said earlier on, as Jerry the King Lawler makes his first defense of the championship. Still can't believe I'm saying that. As he will take on our inaugural champion, the man who won the Battle of Los Angeles to become the first SWE champion, of course, Mr. Bret Hart. So Bret has the opportunity to become the first 2-time champion in SWE. Of course, he's getting that because he is top of the rankings. He has been top of the rankings for a very long time, and it's about time he got another opportunity here as Piper locked in the sleeper hold, but Hogan drops him with the chin breaker. Will you stop walking across my keyboard? Cats. Hogan choking out Piper in the corner. There's plenty of space on there for you. Go for it. Go to the left. There you go. Okay. So the cats are trying to negotiate space on the windowsill. There we go. They're both on there Hogan now locking in the camel clutch, but Piper able to break free. Piper now in with a Russian leg sweep. Middle of the ring on Hogan. Drops into the pin. Will this be enough for the 1, 2? Only a 2 count. Our rankings are looking pretty decent at the moment. I think the majority of the people at the top are good. I think at the moment it's Bret Hart at the top of the rankings. Finn Balor is second in the rankings. Triple H is third in the rankings. Then we've got Pete Dunne, Chris Jericho, and Darby Allin all joint fourth. And then we've got quite a few people. Cobb, Okada, AJ Styles, Zack Sabre Jr., DDP, Jushin Liger, Seth Rollins, Lance Archer. Oh no, it's not. I misread that completely. Okada, AJ Styles, and Zack Sabre Jr. are all on the same points. Big boot here by Hogan. And into the atomic leg drop. And that could be game, set, match. No, Hogan doesn't go for it. He goes for another big boot. Insult to injury there from Hogan, who I'm pretty sure we can, for some reason, see his balls through his trunks. I'm not quite sure why that's happened, but there you go. We almost saw his vitamins there. And all of a sudden, Roddy Piper's back in this. Not quite sure how this has worked out, but he's happy enough, isn't he, old Roddy Piper? Choking down Hogan. Really wrenching away at that neck now. Hogan slowly back up to his feet. Strong right hand in the gut. And another big one in the face as well. And now Hogan, I thought it was a choke slam him there. But, well, it was essentially a choke slam. He just didn't lift him, did he really? But Piper back up though. Big clothesline taking Hogan down. That brings him back up to a standing base once again. Into the corner. And a running bulldog from the corner, flattening Hogan on his face. Piper now drops into the pin for the 1, 2. Only a 2 count. It's been a pretty good match so far, this one. I wasn't expecting it to be as good as this, to be honest. As Piper once again stalking Hogan. And once again locking in that sleeper hold. This time he has got it effectively locked in. And Hogan's out. Hogan is out. Rowdy Roddy Piper gets the victory over Hulk Hogan here at WrestleMania Retro. Big win there for Piper. Of course, these two guys had a big feud in the late 80s. And Piper's offering a handshake, and Hogan accepts the handshake. Great respect shown here by Hogan and Piper. All right, time for Intercontinental Championship defense time. Yeah, that was a sentence. And that's what it's for then, the first Intercontinental Championship defense for Tito Santana as he goes up against the Honky Tonk Man. One of, the biggest Intercontinental champions of all time. And making his debut here in SWE. This is a big opportunity for him, and we've seen what the game likes to do sometimes, haven't we? We saw it with Jerry Lawler the other day. The game sometimes does like to throw a bit of a spanner in the works and give us a random champion. So there's every opportunity that Honky Tonk could come out of this with the Intercontinental Championship. You never know. And there is Tito, of course, fresh off of winning the King of the Ring tournament to become the first Intercontinental Champion. The referee takes the belt away and shows it to Honky Tonk. He knows what he's fighting for now. What an opportunity Honky Tonk has here. He has the opportunity to walk in from nowhere and become a champion in SWE. The bell goes. We are underway in tonight's main event, and straight away Honky Tonk taking down Tito and dropping the knees right across the inside of the leg. Interesting. Honky now booting the back of the arm once again. Santana rolls Honky through. Looking for that double axe handle in the back, but Honky Tonk with a right hand in the gut, a big elbow in the back of the head as well. Springs Santana off, ducks underneath, and the guys run face to face. Pretty even start to this match so far. Honky Tonk now fighting. Tito away in a big clothesline, flattens him. And it's Honky Tonk in control. Only a 1 count. Nice. Honky Tonk really taking down Tito once again. In full control as he sends Tito over his shoulder. Tito now taking Honky over. And a big elbow right in the top of the head. Honky fights back. Sending Tito right into the corner and follows it up with a big clothesline. And it's an interesting one here. Honky's doing incredibly well early on in this match. Like I said, there's a big opportunity here for him to walk away champion in his debut match in SWE, but Tito Santana locks in the camel clutch submission. Honky fights away. Sending Tito into the corner, big clothesline into the spine. And now Honky, again, another big knee in the side of the leg. Honky really working on the legs of Santana. Tito Santana. You know you love it, Mohammed. Nice crucifix bomb there by Tito. And that is... Oh, he won the championship, wasn't it? It's only a 2 count. The phone's ringing. I'll deal with that in a second. Slam of the arm there by Tito as well on Honky Tonk. There's the pin. 1. Only a 1 count. From Tito Santana. The longer he's the champion, the longer you're going to have to listen to that. So I do apologise. Figure 4 leg lock locked in here by Tito on Honky Tonk. Will you stop walking on the keyboard? And it's a tap out. Tito Santana successfully defends the Intercontinental Championship on his first defense, getting the Honky Tonk man to tap out to the figure 4 leg lock. Boom. Wow. Wow. Well, there we go. Tito, very easy first defense for him. He'll be very happy with that. And yeah, figure 4 leg lock locked in on Honky Tonk. Got him to submit, which is it's a big maneuver. Of course, that's how he did so well in the King of the Ring tournament as well, especially that main event, the final, the triple threat best 2 out of 3 falls match. And there it was, the tap out by Honky Tonk. He had no choice really, did he? He was middle of the ring. He wasn't going anywhere. He couldn't seem to roll it, so he had to tap just for longevity of career, I suppose. But there we go. Honky Tonk is on the losing side of his debut, but Tito Santana successfully retains the SWE Intercontinental Championship. Well, there we go. Tito wins in the main event of night number 1. Tomorrow, we move on to the new generation. Razor Ramon versus Owen Hart. Shawn Michaels versus Diesel. And Jerry the King Lawler makes his first SWE Championship defense up against Bret the Hitman Hart. I'm going to leave it there for tonight. Hope you've enjoyed it. Of course, if you have, make sure you like and subscribe and all that other good stuff. And I'll bid you farewell. Good night, God bless, all the other good stuff. Auf Wiedersehen and other stuff.